When you're playing chess, when is it time to resign? We have seen in the Queen's Gambit series on the Netflix that she learns that at some moment she has to resign. The main character, Elizabeth Harmon, learns with Mr. Scheibel that she needs to resign when things are, really ugly in the chessboard. And that's true, but not always. Sometimes you have to have a fighting spirit, when you're going to resign. If you're playing a very experienced opponent, really like a master level, and you lose the queen for no compensation, then probably it's time to resign. In a classical game, when both players still have a lot of time in the clock, then probably it's time to resign. Yeah, probably. But if you're playing blitz games, bullet games, or even classical games are against not so experienced like international master level or FIDE master level, and even if you lose a piece but you get some compensation, you should keep playing, all right? Because things happen. Your opponent can get in trouble, in time trouble, or maybe he can blunder something, and then you're back in the game. I have seen and I have played a lot of over the board classical games when that happens, and I have drew lost positions, and I have even won drawn positions by, believing and keep playing. And this game is an example of that. I'm playing with the black pieces against a very experienced player, 21 and 53 rated on chess.com. And now he's starting with the king's pawn, and then he's going for the center opening. I usually take it, and I was hoping that I was expecting that he was going to play the c3, the Danish gambit. And I usually, when the opponent plays like this, many people like advance or play d5. I usually take, and then they play bishop to c4. Tactical players do like that, and then I take again. And then, like, I am 2 pawns up, but I don't feel like I'm winning because I have developed no piece, and white has already a strong center and 2 developed pieces, and he's ready to castle and to checkmate my king. So why do I do it? I do it because then I give back material. I give 1 pawn back, I give 2 pawns back, and then I lose the queen. All right, so is it worth it? Yes, because then I get the queen back. This is check, the queen goes back, and then I take it, and I take it. And then I have a good development here. I got a good development, and I got the situation where I have 3 pawns against 1 pawn. So I love to play this opening, and most of the times I get good results. The worst case it is a draw. It's really hard to lose in a position like that, and most of the times I'm going to win because of this pawn majority 3 against 1. So I really love to play this opening, but he didn't go for that. Just he took the pawn, and I keep developing. Now I can play knight c6 anytime with the tempo, which happens in the next move, and then I develop my bishop, and both players are ready to castle, which actually we did, and then the game goes on, like pressuring the central pawn. Now he protects, I attack the center. Really manual book stuff. We're not that we're playing the book moves here, but we are playing like the principles of openings, attacking the center, developing pieces, putting the king into safety, and so on. Now he's got the problem that his queen is in this column. He goes back, and then the game goes on, like pawn takes, and then he goes with this very interesting move, pinning my knight, attacking my queen, and the computer says that bishop d7 is a good move, but I don't like to be pinned, so I really don't like the idea that he's also coming with a strong attack over me. So I try to de-accelerate his development by playing e3. Very interesting move. He takes my queen, I take his queen. Now I'm threatening the knight, but he takes my rook to check. I get my piece back, and now he develops his knight, and the game goes on. I am a pawn up, but this pawn is like doomed. Of course, I can try to protect it forever, but I don't feel like this is the way to go, although the computer thinks so. But then I think that I'm gonna give back the pawn and develop my pieces. So that's exactly what I do in the next few moves. I just bring the bishop, I just bring the rook, and then I bring the knight. And I got all my pieces developed, and the material is even, and I feel like I have a good position to continue the game. So the game will continue to g4. Now bishop goes to e6, a3. He's pushing my pieces back, and now I can advance with the knight. So now this knight is kind of tied on the defense of this knight, because if this knight ever goes away, I can take the knight and I can take the pawn, or I can take the pawn and then take the knight. So that's the idea, and he immediately played knight f4, like this is provoking me, and I accepted the challenge. So I take the knight, and then in this position I thought for a while, and I really thought about just getting this pawn was going to be crazy, because now he's going to take my bishop and my knight cannot go back. He's going to hunt my knight down. But I saw that I could take the pawn, and then when he's going to hunt my knight and my knight cannot go back, I could play this move, rook d2. So this is really going for, maybe unnecessary complications. And now I'm attacking the bishop, and I'm attacking the pawn twice. And if he ever tries to attack my rook, I can take on c2. Like, this is what I imagine. Let's get there. Now I accepted it. I went for this line. He just took it and went after my knight. Now my knight cannot go back. But then I play this move, and I'm attacking here, I'm attacking there. And I had calculated previously that if he had played this, actually he played this in the game. He played this move, and then I took it here. And I had calculated that if he take my knight, then I take my piece back, and I should probably be winning here. And just too much material up and a good position for my pieces. But the problem is that in the game, he played king b3. And now I'm kind of, what do I do? And I'm already 1 minute down. I really had to find, I thought about this move. Then he would take, and then I would take, but then he'd make a double attack, and then I take it, and then I take it, and I could go for an endgame with a piece down, but like many pawns for compensation. So maybe I could go for a line like this. This is actually what the computer recommends, but here I just couldn't find that if this was good or not. So I continue with the knight e5, kind of going for the same idea. If he takes, I take back my pieces, and now maybe I can get some pawns. So now he continued with the best move f4, then knight f3. Things are getting really strange now. Bishop d3, where do my rook go? And so this is really strange, but actually the computer says that black is slightly better here. Yeah, that's really, really amazing, but now black could play. The only move here is knight d2, which I didn't play in the game. This is the only move. If king b4, then a5, there are some complications. If bishop takes, I take, and I'm threatening the bishop. And if king takes, then I take with the check, and then I take this bishop, and I'm protecting my knight. So very interesting position now. This line is also very interesting, just showing a little bit more. Then I'm attacking two pieces, and then everything can happen. He can take, I take back, and I'm protecting my knight, and I'm attacking the bishop, or he can just capture here on h7 and take this piece, and the game goes on with chances for both sides. I'm still 1 pawn up. So this is really crazy position, and I just couldn't find this move. So I played rook g2, and the game goes on, and now he captures my knight. Now the point is, I got 15 seconds. I got 15 seconds on the clock. I am a piece down because I just couldn't find knight d2, and I lost too much time on my clock trying to, get away from that confusing situation that I created. And it just happened that it didn't work. Should I resign? That's the point. My opponent is a strong opponent. I am like 15 seconds against almost 2 minutes, a piece down. Just my position is hopeless. Should I resign? Well, I think that my position is not hopeless. So I still have hope. That's the point. Why is that? I understand that this alignment is dangerous. So I can, remove my knight, and now I'm threatening rook to g3, and now I'm attacking many pieces, and it will be difficult for him to defend. Even if he tries to defend, my knight can go to g2, attacking the rook, attacking the bishop. So I still have hope. I still have some ideas, so I keep playing. Then knight h4. So chess is fighting, my friends. Chess is fighting until the end. Now he played bishop to c4. Now he's already taking away one piece from this rank, and now he's threatening to take my pawn. I play king f7. I know that he's gonna play f5, But then he didn't play f5. And when things like that start to happen, you start to feel that you're still in the game, like king e7, and now he doesn't have f5 anymore. Bishop to c5 check, my king is on e8. It is kind of safe here. I don't know if it's so safe. But then he plays like rook d3. He's just playing on the safe side, not allowing me to play rook g3. And then I got 10 seconds. And 10 seconds to play against 1 minute and 20 seconds almost. And should I resign now? Of course not. I still got some ideas. So maybe I can rout my knight and take this pawn, and I'll be attacking the rook. Rook goes away. You know, rook g3. I can take the pawn with the check, and then I can take the pawn. I can still fight. So then I continue with the knight g6. And then he played bishop e3. Now he's protecting the pawn, but now he's blocking his own rook, so I played rook g3, and now I got 7 seconds. And it's not that I'm threatening this, because this rook is protected, so actually I'm just threatening this pawn. And he continued with the only move that he couldn't play. Now he blundered. Now he played the move f5, and for me, like, just lit the hope light, the hope feeling, but I got 7 seconds. But the point about this is a huge problem, this move, because now this allows my knight to jump to this amazing square where I'm attacking 2 pieces and also the defender of the bishop. So now I'm back. But I got 5 seconds. Should I resign? I will never resign this. I'm fighting. Now he played bishop to b5. I have already pre-moved the c6, so bishop f4, and now I haven't pre-moved any move, because now it's complicated. What do I do here? Should I take the rook with my knight? Should I take the rook with the rook? Okay, with the rook, because if he takes, I take. And with the rook, because if he takes my knight, then I take the bishop. And I'm better. So I'm better here. The point is I got 5 seconds. And I spent like a few seconds to find this move. So now I got 2 seconds actually. And then he took my knight and I took his bishop, and I got 2 seconds. Is it possible to play a position like that with 2 seconds? It certainly is. It certainly is. So I have to just pre-move every next move. And yeah, that's pretty much my plan. I'm going to pre-move every move. So I'm going to pre-move moves where my rook goes to light squares and cannot be captured by the bishop. And that's my plan. So king to b4 was now played, and I have already pre-moved. I think I have already pre-moved it or not. Yeah, I have already pre-moved it. So when I pre-move, I lose 0.01 seconds. So 2 seconds go for 1 second and 90, 1.9. So this was a pre-move. Then he played g5, and then I had already pre-moved the rook to h3, and then he played bishop to f4. But the point is, I have already pre-moved rook h5, rook going for a light square where the bishop cannot capture. So I'm playing on pre-moves. Otherwise, I could play like this, and I'm getting the bishop and finishing the game. So, but I had already pre-moved this, so I played this. And I have already pre-moved the next move, which was this one. So he played any move. I pre-moved it. So as you can see, I have 16 moves left, considering that I lose 0.1 second for every pre-move that I make. So 16 moves is pretty decent. I can still go on. So bishop f4 was played, and now I had already pre-moved h6. But then I had calculated that if he takes it, then I play g5 and go on. But he's pre-moving. Look at that, 48 seconds, 48 seconds. No, you should not do that. If you're like so much ahead in time, you shouldn't pre-move. Like, you can spend 1 second or 2 in every move, and it should be fine. But now he's pre-moving, and so I take the pawn, and now he takes the pawn. But here I just didn't pre-move. Like, when he played that, I think I had already pre-moved some other move. But then he played, like, in this position, I thought he was going to play this, so I had already pre-moved this. But then he plays this, and then I lose one second here, like 1 second. And then I got less than 1 second to play this. Now he captured the pawn, but I had already pre-moved this. But then when I pre-moved this, I realized that if he captured it, I could pre-move this rook h4. So if he was like too smart on blitz games, he would play this move because he would know that I would pre-move this, just hoping that he take the pawn. So he moves like this, and I have already pre-moved this, and then he takes, and it's game over. But he didn't go for that. He wasn't that maybe not that malicious on that. So I went rook h4 in the pre-move. Then he moved to the king, and then I took it on the pre-move, and then I got 0-3, and then I played rook f3, and now this is the critical position. I got .2 seconds. It means I can make just 1 or 2 moves, and no, this is the position where it's his turn to play. Now he played this move, and I had already pre-moved this, so it worked. But he could have played like this move, because if I had pre-moved this, then okay, it's a draw. So it's difficult. Like this is a 50% chance that it goes right. If he plays this now and I had pre-moved this, I lost the game. If he plays this and I have played this, then the game still goes on. You know, he can push the pawn, and then it keeps the position. So the only way he could keep is this one. The only way to keep the game is this one in this position. So he should have calculated that, because it's likely that I wouldn't pre-move like that. It's more likely that I'm going after the pawn and I had to pre-move like that. But you know, it's lottery here. It's difficult to say. But then he played that, and it worked because I had already pre-moved this. And then it's just when he take, it's a draw because I ran out of time, and it's a draw. But yeah, guys, so that shows that we should not resign. And there's one more thing that I want to say in this position. Even if I capture all those pawns, so let's say I got crazy on this game, and I played like this, and let's say he played something else, and I go after his pawn. Let's say something. The game evolves like in this situation. If I ran out of time, he wins. And why is that he wins? Let's say it would be easier to show when the pawn is there. So let's say he didn't play this move. Let's say he plays like this, and let's say I take it, and for some reason he doesn't take my. Let's say I just want to go to a situation like that, and then I run out of time. Then white wins. Why white wins? Because white doesn't have material to win, to checkmate me. Actually, it has, because of my pawns. So this is a common question. You know, I run out of time here, and white wins, and white deserves the victory. Why? Because if I'm a stupid and a really bad player, I can lose this and I can get mated. How? Well, several ways. I can promote to, you know, knights and just or maybe rooks, and just to ruin my. I just need to be really bad to lose this, but I can still lose this. For example, if this is a good example. Let's just bring the king, just to show you this example where I play like this. I play like this, and then white plays like this, and this is checkmate. And this is only possible because this pawn do exist. And now he's not allowing my king to escape. Now, because I have pawn, and this pawn is here, then I'll be losing. But what if my pawn is not there? Then you say, oh, but then the rule should adapt to. No, it doesn't matter. Because even if the pawn was not here, like for example this, let's just keep moving here. And let's say I got a knight, for example. And then I go like this. And then I go like this, then I go like this, for example, just to show an example. Okay, and let's say I play this, check, and I don't think it's gonna work with my king there, with my the way it is. So let's say I play here, and he plays here, and then I play check, and then he goes here, and this is check. No, this is not checkmate, because I can play knight f6 now. Okay, so it's really difficult to lose this, but I think it's possible to lose. Maybe it works if I had promoted to a bishop. Yeah, maybe it works. So as you can see, there are several ways, but you need to have a rule, right? You need to have a rule for all kinds of situations. Of course, this is ridiculous to imagine that this could happen, but the rule says that if white doesn't have enough material to checkmate, but I still got pieces left on the board, then I could make like any disaster and I could lose. So that's why white would have won. Okay, so I hope I have brought too many information on this video about drawing rules and also about when you should resign or not. Like, you know, chess is fighting. Most of times you shouldn't resign, okay? So thank you so much for your audience and see you next video.